Hello, I'm Lynda Hafner. I'm a top producing realtor at ERA Key Realty in Central Massachusetts. And today we are going to talk about some of the dangers that can sometimes happen when you're searching online for a home. And I wanted to talk to you about this in a little bit more detail because in my last video, I went through this whole home buying process. This is kind of a home buying process series. I'm going into a little bit more detail this time on the first topic, which was online home buying. So here's our topic, the dangers and delights of online home shopping. And the reason I think it's a combo of both is because it's really fun to surf online for homes. I do it myself, love it, think it's just so fun. But if you don't have the background knowledge and know what you're looking at, it can get you into a little hot water when you actually start moving your journey to actually visiting the homes. I find a lot of my buyers are very disillusioned when they actually go in person and see a house that they saw online. One of the first things that I'd like you to be aware of when you're looking online is that a lot of these photos are taken by professional photographers that we as realtors hire, and they have a wide angle lens which has an amazing capacity to make rooms and homes look bigger than they are, so that it's wonderful as a list agent to represent the house and show it in that light. However, as a buyer, sometimes there is a bit of that disillusionment when you actually go to see the house in person. I've heard a lot of comments from my buyers, well, geez, it looks so much bigger and better in the photos. And yes, just be aware of that. That's another good reason to ask to see the house in person. Another one of the dangers of online shopping is not understanding how the home flows. You really want to know what the floor plan is. Is it open? Is it open to these rooms? Where are the bedrooms? Are they on the first or second floor? Some of the bedrooms in the basement. These are things you don't always know looking on these websites. The only way you would really find out this information is by either going to see the home in person and scheduling an appointment or going to an open house, or by asking a realtor or agent to check the MLS for whatever details we can. I find that I have access to a lot of information through the MLS that a lot of the websites don't show you. The MLS requires us to disclose any information that a buyer needs to know. We have to disclose that. These websites, they do not have the same rules and regulations that we do. So I don't use those websites. And I go directly to the MLS and I know exactly where to look on the listing to find out what I need to know. For example, are there any easements? Are there any issues with the roof? Is it a bank-owned property? There are so many factors that are really important as to whether my buyer is going to want to buy this house or not based on what's in these disclosures. So that is the first place my eyes go to. And yet, it's a lot of the information that's missing in the websites. So this is why it's really good to connect with an agent, realtor, as I am. And I will go into the difference between an agent and a realtor in another video because there is a big difference. The realtors have professional associations that we have to abide by a very strict code of conduct. As a realtor who works with a lot of buyers and sellers, my buyers often come to me and they're like, hey, I just saw this amazing house on Zillow. It's priced super low. I want to go see it. And I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Let me check it out. Because I know that if a house is priced really low, generally speaking, there's a reason. I mean, sellers don't give away houses. They are trying to get the absolute highest price they possibly can. And so are their agents. So if you see a house that looks great, but it's priced abnormally low, These are the houses that I really like to check the disclosures on, because generally speaking, I'll find out it has some major issues. The septic is the buyer's responsibility, or the roof is 30 years old, or there's mold present. I mean, all of these factors are going to dramatically affect the list price, and they're going to make homes that look okay in the photos, they're going to make you think twice about whether you actually want to purchase and go look at that house. One of the important things that you might want to pay attention to, that I find a lot of my buyers can often disregard, is how many square feet are in a house. For example, they see these amazing looking photos and they get so excited by how great it looks online that they don't take into consideration how many square feet it is. So in order to get an idea, think about how much square feet you're currently living in. Okay, figure that out and say, okay, do I need more square feet or do I need less square feet than where I'm at? And then just write off any home that is listed as having less square feet than where you are, no matter how good the pictures are. If it's not the right size home for you, it's not the right home. You really need to pick what's best for you based on not just how it looks, but also size. So with all that said, there's also a flip side to this, and that is sometimes some of the pictures that I see online are horrible. The quality's terrible. The seller didn't clean the house. It's messy. It's got a lot of stuff in it. And you look at these photos and think, oh gosh, it's horrible. When in reality, sometimes you have to look beyond a person's stuff and see the home for what it is. So it can be a little bit confusing. Again, I just can't emphasize enough how important having a buyer's agent representing you is when you are thinking and making a decision to buy a house, because we are going to help you sort through all the stuff you see online, and we're going to help you interpret the information so that you make smart decisions for yourself, that you empower yourself and feel really confident with the choices that you make. Online shopping is awesome. It's right at your fingertips, and it's so convenient to just do it anytime on your phone or on any mobile device. Who wouldn't want to start looking for a house that way? So I highly suggest it. So in summary, have fun. Go look at all these houses online. Check them all out. My only recommendation is that when you do it with a grain of salt. Do it with the knowledge that, what don't I know about this house? Well, I better go talk to my agent and find out.